Double homicide, neighbors nervous, motorcyclist airlifted from the scene of a serious hit-and-run crash. Wisconsin Red Cross volunteers to help with hurricane recovery. These stories and more coming up on Community News Review.
This is Community News Review, a service of WSCS TV, news content provided by WHBL.
Hello, I'm Maddie Pfister, and welcome to Community News Review for Wednesday, September 12th, 2018. One person was injured when a Sheboygan County Highway Department truck rear-ended a semi on Highway 23 eastbound Wednesday morning. The Sheriff's Department says they got the report of the accident on 23 near TT just before 8 o'clock. The Sheriff's Department had to shut down one lane of traffic near Sunset Road to slow traffic ahead of the crash site. One person was transported from the scene with a possible head injury. The Sheriff's Department responded to 3 separate crashes on Tuesday in the same area and had deputies on hand for this morning commute to try to slow down traffic ahead of the road work near Sheboygan Falls. Deputies say they still observed a number of close calls as drivers try to merge. A double murder in Manitowoc has neighbors on edge, but police continue to say that the public is not in danger. But with no arrests announced in the case, neighbors near the crime scene, like Amanda Camacho, tells Fox 11 they're nervous. 19-year-old Jocelyn Miller and her dad, 51-year-old Richard Miller, were found shot to death at a home on Dale Street Sunday morning. The murder shocked a neighborhood that seemed safe, and Manitowoc police are not saying much more about the case, and for some neighbors, like Tracy Lucas, that was just not enough information. Police said that they are still trying to figure out what happened inside of the home. No other information is being released at this time, but anyone with information that they believe could assist the investigation is being asked to contact the Manitowoc Police Department at 920-686-6551. Deputy Kowalski at 920-686-6584. People with information who wish to remain anonymous can call Crime Stoppers at 920-683-4466, and you may be eligible for a cash reward up to $2,000. The Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department is investigating a serious hit-and-run crash north of Howards Grove Tuesday afternoon. Sheriff Robert Herman says they got a 911 call around 1:30 about a pickup truck motorcycle crash at County Road M and XX. The motorcyclist was seriously injured in the crash and airlifted to Theta Care in Neenah. The truck driver fled the scene of the crash, but was arrested for a felony hit and run and was also ticketed for failure to yield and failing to provide proof of insurance. The names of the drivers have not yet been released, and alcohol does not appear to be a factor. The crash is still under investigation by the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. There were 3 accidents within 45 minutes of each other on Highway 23 Tuesday morning. The Sheriff's Department says they were all cars heading east, where the vehicles were trying to merge for construction near Sheboygan Falls. No one was injured in any of the rear-end crashes, but officers want to remind people to slow down and move over for construction before the orange barrels force you to move. A Wapaka man was sentenced to 6 years in prison and 5 years of extended supervision after being convicted of driving drunk for the 14th time. 64-year-old Daniel Nordell was arrested back in May after hitting a mailbox, speed limit sign, and utility pole in the town of Farmington. A breath test put him well over the legal limit. He was being held to by previous convictions. He had served 3 years in a previous conviction in 2006. More than 30 American Red Cross volunteers from Wisconsin are on their way to Virginia and the Carolinas to assist people in the path of Hurricane Florence. Hillary Wayneck of Milwaukee also volunteered to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey in Houston. It is a good experience every time you know you're helping people, said Wayneck. I'm going because I am trained and I like helping people. 2 emergency vehicles from the Wisconsin Red Cross have also been sent to the Carolinas. Hurricane Florence may start impacting the East Coast as soon as Thursday morning. There is a threat of tornadoes Thursday with storm expected to be landfall Friday or Saturday. Upwards of 40 inches of rain is expected in North Carolina alone. And finally, rain and flooding has brought out the mosquitoes in southern Wisconsin. UW-Madison entomologist Susan Paskowitz says they bring 2 concerns with them: disease and the nuisance factor. I think that it's going to probably swing more toward the side of annoyance. Those annoying little mosquitoes that are driving a lot of people to call me up and complain, as opposed to the other disease-transmitting mosquitoes, Paskowitz says. Paskowitz works with the Public Health Madison and Dane County to collect both types in the summer. In normal years, at this time of year, things are beginning to tail off, and we have a hard time collecting very many of them. This is going to be an outlier and a very unusual year. Paskowitz said, hopefully, the return of cool weather later this month will stop our swatting. And that is all we have for today. Join me again next week for another recap of our local news. From all of us at Community News Review, have a great day.
News content for this program provided by WHBL in cooperation with WSCS TV.